What's up guys? Today we're gonna talk about something that I like to call a plan for an epic life. And no, I'm not exaggerating. This is basically a blueprint for how you can live better, feel better, and take full control of your health, energy, and focus. Now, I'm not here to sell you some cookie cutter formula. What I'm going to share with you is a framework. Think of it like a toolbox. You don't have to use it every single day. We are going to cover everything: diet, caffeine, training, digital wellness, sleep, even how to manage social life without falling into bad habits. And I'll keep it casual because honestly, this stuff only works if it's practical and realistic. So let's get into it. Let's start with the obvious: food. Because whether you like it or not, your diet is the foundation of how you feel every single day. And here's the first big idea: don't overcomplicate it. Go with the flow, trust your gut, listen to your body, experiment. That's how you'll actually find what works for you. Now, here's a structure that you can follow. Eat 2 meals a day. Simple as that. Why? Because eating 2 meals a day helps you avoid those brutal midday crashes. Think about it. If you eat breakfast and then a huge lunch, you hit that rest and digest mode basically, and suddenly the afternoon feels like you've been hit by a truck. By sticking to 2 meals, you spread your energy better. The trick is this: have first meal before noon and your second one after your workout in the evening. That way you dodge the lunchtime crush and still refuel when it counts. Now, what do those meals look like? The core idea is to go animal-based. That means meat, wild-caught fish, seafood, eggs, butter, fruit oils, salt, and moderate use of spices. Fermented dairy and cheese, sure, but use them like condiments, not the main event. Then you've got your carbs: fruits, white rice, honey, and pickles. Simple, whole foods that actually fuel you. When it comes to cutting weight, the strategy is also pretty straightforward. Cut down the carbs, so you can even go as low as 0 if you want. The point isn't to punish yourself, but to eat in a way that keeps your energy stable. Now, let's be real, not everything is going to be perfect all the time. Sometimes you'll only find chicken or pork that's not raised in the most ideal way, and that's fine. It's affordable, it's accessible, and it works. But whenever you can, aim for fish or ruminant animals. Those are higher quality sources. Also, here's something most people ignore: nose to tail eating. Don't just eat muscle meat. Organs are nutrient bombs, and your body will thank you for including them in your diet. And what about social situations? Birthday, family dinners, holidays, vacations, they happen. The goal isn't to be the weirdo who can't eat anything. The goal is to stick as close as you can to whole foods and stay animal-based when possible. It's totally fine to have some veggies, cheese, or other things here and there, but avoid the obvious culprits: processed junk, sugar, seed oils, and refined flours. Keep those cheats minimal, like once or twice a week max, and even then, think whole foods first. Cheat meals in general, try to avoid them. If you really want to indulge, make it something you truly enjoy, not just some random junk because it's in front of you. Now, one last diet principle: protein. Aim for about 2 grams per kilogram of your ideal body weight. At the very least, match your current body weight. Protein is king, and if you don't hit that, the rest of the diet won't matter as much. And please, listen to your body. If a food bloats you, gives you cramps, or just wrecks your digestion, don't keep forcing it. That's your body telling you it's not working for you. And now a couple of extras before we move on. Try to avoid microwaving your food when possible. Be selective with supplements. Only take the ones you've researched and consider essential. When it comes to alcohol, the cleanest option is spirits. But once in a while, it's fine to enjoy organic cider or wine without sulfites. Just keep it occasional. Even beer is fine, who cares? But keep it occasional. Hydration matters too. Aim for at least 2 liters of water per day. Spring water in glass bottles is the gold standard. Avoid plastic when you can. Of course, ideally you should consume more than 2 liters a day, but at least aim for 2 liters and you go with that. Try to improve from there. Alright, let's talk about caffeine, because this is where a lot of people mess themselves up. Here is the rule: keep it under 400 milligrams per day. Anything more than that and you're not boosting your energy, you're just borrowing from tomorrow. And trust me, the bill comes due. You need to be smart about caffeine. Coffee isn't the only source. Matcha, cacao, black tea, green tea, even white tea, they all count. Plus, some of them bring oxalates, which can be a problem if you overdo it, so be mindful. The key is not to rely on caffeine daily. The real goal should be to reset your sensitivity. That means slowly tapering down, like 50 milligrams less per week, until you can go without it. Then you only use caffeine strategically, maybe a few times a month when you actually need a boost. Here's a huge tip: avoid caffeine pills. They make it way too easy to overdo it. You don't want to slam 400 milligrams of pure caffeine first thing in the morning. That's a fast track to burnout. Instead, if you want to enjoy caffeine, use it like a treat. Have your tea, your matcha, maybe some cacao, some coffee for last place. And always keep in mind, caffeine has a half-life of about 5 hours. That means if you drink it too close to bedtime, it will trash your sleep. Alcohol? Keep it social. Keep it minimal. Once a week, max 100 milligrams of pure alcohol. That's it. Make it about the company, not the buzz. Weed? Same thing. Once a week with friends, keep it intentional, not a crutch. Now let's move into training, because diet without training is like having a Ferrari without wheels. The warm-up is simple. Take the first exercise of your workout and do it with light to moderate weight, 2 sets of 10 reps, slow and controlled. If it's leg day, do the same for your lower body. Don't skip this. It saves your joints and sets you up for a better session. Now, the backbone of your training is the big 4: squat, deadlift, bench press, and overhead press. Those movements build real strength, and everything else is just accessory work. Rep ranges: stick to 1 to 20 reps. Once you go over 20, you're basically doing cardio with weights. That's not bad, but it's not strength training anymore. If you want more challenge without higher reps, just add resistance. Weighted vests, resistance bands, whatever you've got. If you don't have access to barbells, no problem. Use dumbbells, resistance bands, and functional exercises. The principle is always the same: progressive overload. That means you're either lifting more weight, doing more reps, or advancing to a harder variation. Pace yourself with rest periods. Take anywhere from 30 seconds to 5 minutes, depending on the lift. Big compound movements usually need more rest. Isolation exercises can be quicker. Now, let's talk about weekly targets. Ideally, you want 6 to 20 sets per muscle group per week. That's the sweet spot for hypertrophy. And overall, aim for at least 40 sets per week across your entire body. If you're feeling good, you can push higher, up to 160 sets max, but don't push past what your body can recover from. Cardio, keep it simple. Walks, biking, skating, whatever you enjoy. Avoid chronic cardio. That's when you can't hold a conversation while doing it. Once a week, that chronic cardio thing is plenty, is enough. If you wanna do it, don't do it more than once a week. And please, don't sit all day. Stay active outside of the gym, move around, walk, play. If you run into joint pain, don't ignore it. Figure out which exercise is causing it and switch to unilateral work to balance things out. Sometimes one side is weaker, and fixing that solves the problem. Keep things fresh by switching up rest times, tempo, even exercise variations every few weeks. Your body thrives on new stimuli. And here's a cool hack. You don't have to cram all your training into one big session. Break it up. Do a few sets in the morning, some later in the day. Just make sure you warm up properly before hitting upper body or lower body. If you're having a tough week, low energy, busy schedule, cut your training volume in half. Do fewer sets, but don't skip completely. Even if it's just maintenance, you'll hold into your gains until you can push harder again. The bottom line: be consistent. Aim for 6 to 21 sets daily, spread however works best for you. Listen to your body, avoid burnout, and stay in the game long term. Okay, now let's talk about digital wellness. Your digital habits can either fuel your growth or completely drain you. And most people are losing this battle without even realizing it. Here's the rule: make your digital life as boring as possible. That way you won't waste your time on your phone. That means no music, no podcasts, no audiobooks, no binge watching videos on your phone. Use your phone strictly for productivity. WhatsApp, GPS, banking, maybe a quick Google search. Do your research, shopping and entertainment on your laptop or tablet instead. Now, even YouTube is fine if you do it right. On your computer, use extensions to block the feed, comments and shorts. That way you're watching intentionally, not just scrolling endlessly. And stick to long-form content. It's way better for your brain. Social media, forget it. It's designed to hijack your attention. Forums and subreddits are okay if you're reading about topics you genuinely care about, but feeds, nope. Stay away. And don't forget notifications. Turn them off. If something is important, you'll check it. If it's not, you don't need a dopamine spike every 5 minutes. Finally, keep your entertainment analog whenever possible. Board games, card games, sports, reading, music, training. These things ground you. Digital entertainment is fine, in moderation, but don't make it your default. Now, let's talk about planning, because if you don't control your time controls you. Here's my simple system. Spend 5 minutes each day organizing your tasks. Use both a calendar and a to-do list. The rule is this: tasks that are 30 minutes or more go in the calendar. Smaller stuff like buying groceries or canceling a subscription goes on the to-do list. This way you're working with time, not against it. There's no such thing as I don't have time when you schedule properly. Be flexible. Sometimes a short task fits better in your calendar, like if you're studying English for 30 minutes in one stretch. Other times, break it up into smaller chunks and put it on your to-do list. The point is to build a system that actually matches your lifestyle, not some rigid checklist. Now, let's talk about the most underrated performance booster: sleep. If you screw this up, nothing else matters. Aim for 7-9 hours of uninterrupted sleep every night. Go to bed at the same time, wake up at the same time, ideally without an alarm. If your body needs a nap, take a power nap. But don't nap too close to bedtime or it will wreck your night. Reduce caffeine intake at least 10 hours before bed. Reduce liquids 5 hours before bed to avoid bathroom trips. Make your room cool and dark. Use mouth tape if it helps you breathe better. Stop using screens and bright lights an hour before bed. If you must, use red light or dim filters. Avoid working out in the last hour before going to bed. And here's a big one. Sleep is more important than diet and exercise. You can eat clean and train hard, but if you don't sleep, you're still running on empty. Be flexible when life happens, like travel, events, or parties. Just stay mindful and get back on track as soon as possible. Finally, let's talk mindset. If you want an epic life, you've got to practice delayed gratification. That means saying no to easy, cheap dopamine and yes to things that pay off long term. Play analog games with friends, not endless video games alone. If you love Magic the Gathering, for example, keep it fun. Maybe upgrade your deck once a month. Don't get stuck in the trap of buying and playing endlessly by yourself. This isn't about deprivation, it's about freedom. By avoiding cheap dopamine, you make space for real joy, real growth, and real connection. So, there it is, a plan for an epic life. It's not about perfection, it's about having a framework that helps you stay on track. Eat 2 solid meals, keep it animal-based, use caffeine wisely, train consistently, protect your sleep, and make your digital life boring so you can actually live in the real world. Trust the process, listen to your body, and adjust as you go. If you start applying even a few of these principles, you'll notice the difference. And if you stick with them long term, you'll build a lifestyle that's not just healthy, it's epic. Thanks for watching.